a little bit of a roll-on grind, and another roll-on grind. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Ninja Review. We are continuing yesterday's review of Endless Beauty by Sci-Fi Fantasy on the Sci-Fi YouTube channel. A link to this video will be in the description below. Let's go ahead and hit play. What were my thoughts on yesterday's video? I thought mostly good, but most videos start off with their best parts, then the less interesting filler parts end up in the middle. So now we're hugging, we're rolling, we're doing ollies, we're pushing 3 times. Ollie onto the curb, ollies over the mailbox, maybe bumped into it, not quite sure. Board slide on the curved rail. I'm not sure I paid enough attention yesterday to how well most of this video is filmed. We get a pretty good manual into the hill. Now we got wacky inflatable arms while spinning, although that was just the joke part of the trick, and he totally redeemed himself. Excellent. So far, we got upper body strength. We got a guy laying down. We got a minivan. We got manuals. We got smiling. We got rolling onto the bank. We got the 5-0 into the shove. 1 foot jumping off the board. We get a perfectly, I think, executed heel flip sex change. And typically these are tough because the nose can bobble across the ground. Although this might be one of the most perfect ones I've ever seen. At some time, somewhere in the past, I think it was Danny Gonzalez, did this switch with 1 foot. Now we're rolling over the bus stop. Blunt to fakie on the skinny top ledge. They're now building bus stops to be skate parks. Switch, front shove into the nose manual. Pops out, landing bolts. I love the amount of action this guy's getting in his butthole. We do an ollie into the pole jam. Filmer doing a great job again. Really the unsung MVP. Switch tray flip. We're going up 180 and around into the nose grind. Jumps down the stairs. I really, again, appreciate all the action in this video. It's hard for me to keep up, which is what I want in a video like this. Front nose in the rain. If it even is raining, that may have been some sprinklers. Now, a little bit of a roll-on grind and another roll-on grind. And now we're spinning in the street. I love that the B-roll thus far is tasteful, right? It's quick. It's 1 second of B-roll. It's not filming a dog for 3 straight minutes. It's not filming a time lapse for 2 minutes. Another roll-on grind. This whole video seems to love this spot. Whereas if he took Nigel to this spot, he would laugh at it. Let's take a look at this 50-50 and just acknowledge that I think the back wheel did not initially get on. All it is a wally into a grind that should have been a redo. But you know what? Who am I? Maybe these guys don't follow the rules, right? We haven't seen that black square right here from the old footage. Front blunt maybe into a wall ride. His friend's trying to pick him up. I think that might have been Gifted Hater. Tray flip to fakie. Catches the board, not bad. Almost hits his head on the pole, high-fiving his buddies. Now we're standing around in slow-mo, spinning around, ollie up. Quick little tap on the crook on the way over, unless it wasn't crooked enough. Hold on, I don't want to get into that debate. Now we're balancing on the nose manual. I did want to check one little thing right here at the end, because it appeared that maybe the nose touched the ground right there on that frame. Not a big deal. I don't think most people would notice. Wait, it might have actually touched again. Maybe they would lie to you and pretend this is like a nollie out. Or maybe they're just doing this to rage bait people like me, because you can see that they slow-moed it. We also got the heel hanging off of the board. We've seen much worse, right? Rolling up fakie heel flip into the Switch 5-0 on a crazy spot. Kind of amazed that they're skating that spot as clean as they are. We get some ledge dancing. I hate this style of manual, mostly because when people do it, they let all 4 of their wheels touch. This guy did manage to ollie a little bit, but still, in my opinion, a cringy trick. But that's probably the best you can make it look. We get what? The wall ride big spin. We're gonna get back Smith, front feeble. Maybe that was supposed to be looking like a pole jam. Either way, very cool trick. Is that the final trick of the video? He has to let everyone know that he's bi-curious. Now he's gonna hang out with his buddies, give a high five to that guy. Now we're in the secret Jewish hiding place. Now we're standing, playing Angry Birds with Gabe. 1 foot, 180, fakie 360. It's getting intense. Tiny ollie, wall ride, blunt fakie on a very steep mini quarter pipe. Going over, we got the snake run. That was unexpected right there. Goes over into like the disaster where you keep spinning. What is that called? Sugar cane, I think. Then 180's out unexpectedly. We got transition skating, guys. You already know I'm gonna have a very difficult time naming some of these tricks. Pushing twice, front 360. Manages to not... Wait a minute, what happened there? Managed to not tic-tac too badly. And I think maybe the filmer was trying to do something funny with this fountain, or maybe ran into it, or maybe didn't know the frontside flip was coming. The first mistake the filmer has made. 180 nose grind, comes in fakie, sniffing the flowers, hanging out, waiting, hand on the board, foot on the ground, hand on the ground, again, multiple violations in a single trick. You know better. Does a nose grind, falls into a 5-0, 360 on to the transition. He's stretching out his neck, or maybe he's yelling, I don't know. Blunt slide, 360s in. There was a kid here who used to do that trick all the time, and I tried to learn it, could never come remotely close. Maybe my hips aren't flexible enough. Was that actually a front 540 no grab? Very impressive. Typically, I would complain that he didn't go over the coping, but in front 540, guys, who's gonna complain? Throwing the skateboard up. Wait, can we analyze what is going on during this trick? He takes 2 steps, throws it up, grabs the nose, it bounces off the coping, jumps back on. We gotta try that trick this week. It looks deceivingly easy. We're gonna try that trick this week if you guys care. Hand on the board, hand on the board, hand on the ground, hand on the board, front air, tweaking it out. We get a skate park part, front 540 again, maybe slap the board, double front 540, tries to break the board with his butt, not able to do it, not strong or heavy enough. Now we got a guy, tail slide through the rainbow, ollies off, doesn't make it through the entire ledge, wasting our time running around on his feet. Casper where both feet land on the ground. Ollie off the roof, rolling down a hill, disappearing into the bushes, Homer Simpson, and that was the end of the part. One thing I have not been able to complain about this entire video is lack of action until right now. I jinxed it. I jinxed it by saying there was so much action. Now we got Aaron and Jerry. Ben and Jerry ice cream. Front nose coming out fakie. We got the legend. Does it twice. Most well known for having very flexible hips. And every time he falls, he comes this close to death. We get, what was that? Nollie tray flip manual, I think. Heel flip manual. Possibly switch. No, that's Jerry Sue. Nice heel flip manual. Nollie shove nose slide. Nicely done. Push one time. Tray flip. Getting a little bit wiggly with the tic tacs. And we're setting up for a flip. Kind of a frontside flip nose grind, but then the skateboard falls into the nose slide. Actually, wasn't really a choice right there. Probably could have cleaned up the trick, but it was fine either way. Nollie shove 5-0 on this very awkward spot. How is everyone skating this spot so effortlessly when it looks like a nightmare to skate? All right, trying to get on the board, can't do it, falls, almost dies, critical condition, 180 into the 5-0 shove, possible violation there. Should we go ahead and check it or should we let it go? I just wanted to see if maybe his tail dragged sloppily on the ground at the end, and it looks like it didn't. Moving on, maybe I should stop pausing this video looking for violations, because so far I think I've been wrong more often than I'm right. Nollie, backside flip into the tail, stall. Now we get fakey nose grind 180, pushing twine, slow down, going too fast. Kick flip, tail slide, big spin. Bit of a tic-tac there, but still a very difficult trick. Now we have some animated bullshit. Fakey big flip manual. We're doing the zoom in on the ground, then zoom in on the face, zoom in on the ground, zoom in on the face. Film the face for a while. Now we're watching cartoons. Switch flip manual, done perfectly. Nollie big heel flip, switch manual, done perfectly. Everyone's hyped. No high fives for that. I'm surprised. Kick flip up. Wait, was that a kick flip up? Am I getting confused on the stances of all the skaters now? This guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. We get just a power slide, possibly in the rain. That's got to be the worst, showing up to a manual spot, hoping to do something cool, then it rains and it's too slippery. Fakey frontside flip manual. Now we're filming just a board graphic. Kickflip nose manual, fakey manual out. I'm getting kind of tired with the zooming on the board, then the face, then the board, then the face. Not everything in skating should be this predictable. Frontside flip over the rail. I love the amount of overall variety in the video. We get switch, we get nollie, we get the manual guys. We haven't gotten the big handrail guy yet, but we're certainly hoping that we get something like that. We're hugging, we're washing, we're cleaning, we're falling, we're annoyed, we're in slow-mo, we're going to the top rope, nollie flip, 180, kind of a little bit of a bobbly landing. He's doing a simple manual, cracks his head open. We're doing pies now, pushing 3 times, nollie, hard flip. Is it a hard flip? Is it an illusion? I'll leave that up to you guys. He's the legend. So if you say anything bad, they're gonna come and kill you. Decent dark slide right there. Love to see a skate video with a dark slide in it. Front nose in the transition on the bank. This style of bank skating you don't see very often, and he's doing every possible version of it. That's even more rare than seeing something like a switchback tail on a bank like that. And now we're spinning, holding on to like the cab nose grind, if you want to call it that. Holds on to that grind for an insane amount of distance. This might be the best part of the video so far, and since we are at the 20-minute mark, unfortunately, that will be the end of part 2 of the review of Endless Beauty. I did not think that the middle part would be able to compete with part 1, but I honestly kind of maybe think this part was better. I'm gonna give part 2 a 10 out of 10. I would love to hear your thoughts in a comment below. Do you think I'm giving them too many points? If you go back and you're about to call me a hypocrite, there have been several video parts with violations that still get perfect scores. Why? Because the action and the watchability of the video trumps a little bit of a foot on the ground. Part 1, 9.8. Part 2, 10 out of 10. Let me know if you think that score is too high. And also, my favorite part of reading the comments, let me know if there was something that I may have missed in this video. Also, I might have already said this. A link to this video will be in the description below. I make a video on this channel every single day. So subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Kuna Matata.